Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into a Friday. Oh, yes, it's Friday, but we never stop. In fact, we're just getting started for the weekend. And what a weekend it is. It's the Final Four coming at you. The women tonight, the men over the weekend. We'll get into all that coming up in about 30 minutes. We have front page news. We have big time news coming out of the NBA. But first, we have to, and sometimes it's painful. My tournament picks, they're looking awesome. One of them, I'm up by 5. My daily picks yesterday, and not so much. I'm the weak link. So what do we do? About that? I'll tell you what we're going to do. In the chat, hashtag Coach Sucks, and you will have the opportunity. End of the show, we'll have a very special Friday Coach and Brolette wheel. We'll give away to one lucky person a free piece of merch. Just for you. Just because hashtag Coach Sucks if you want to be on the wheel. All right? Now, speaking of merchandise, a lot of you out there are starting to participate. You want to have Fugazi. You want to have Kiss Up Mountain. You want to have the Juggalos. We got all of it for you. There's our man, Big Tommy C. Our man, Big Tommy C. Wow, that's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. By the way, use that code MADNESS, and we're going to give you 16% off the entire site because of the NCAA tournament. All right. News of the day. Last night, if you missed it, one of my exes was the Lakers. They were getting 9. They got blown out by more than 40. But the big news out of that game is not the loss. It's the loss of their star player, the loss of their MVP candidate, Luka. He tweaked his hamstring in the first half, went down in the second half, and now he must have an MRI, which, when it's a hamstring, that's a devastating test to have to take. So the immediate future of the Lakers, very much up in the air. All right, item number 2 in our news of the day. Tiger Woods, the details of his crash continue to come out, and we found out yesterday in that picture where he's on the phone, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, was on the other end of that phone. So some of the video and sound is coming out. So I just hope we can move past this story at some point, and Tiger is off getting the help that he desperately probably needs. So good luck to Tiger Woods. All right. We had some wins yesterday. We had one capper that had a great day, and as you know, we are a sports show with sports betting, and we're moving away from that a little bit more. But they're still very important. They still put cash in the back of your pocket. And on Fridays, you also know that we play a little footy because all the leagues are back. So, look at that. They're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Let's beat the damn books. All right, we have a little bit of an issue, gentlemen, in the chat right now. Hashtag Coach Sucks is trending. It's going viral. But Raphael's in the chat right now, and he just wrote hashtag Coach Sucks. Mikey P, good morning first and foremost. Should we allow Raphael to be on the Coach and Brolette wheel?
No, absolutely not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Raphael's looking to be a winner because his play missed on Thursday. So, sorry, Raph. Stand on your business. And Luka does not suck. I've got a bone to pick with Raph and his opinion on Luka.
Okay. By the way, scoot to your left just a little bit. Scoot to your left. There you go. Center yourself up. Beautiful. All right, now he's got the best damn beard in the game. All kinds of work going on over there at Prize Picks. Soupy, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, we got NBA, NHL, the NCAA Final Four. We're starting to dabble a little bit into the NFL draft. A lot of cool stuff going on at Prize Picks.
Oh, a little bit of dabbling. Okay, I like the dabble into the NFL draft, just a little bit. All right, now, I told you, Footy Friday is back. We'll get to it in about 4 minutes. But Big Chuck live from the Dirty. Good morning.
Morning, Coachman Company. Yeah, the return of the leagues. No more international breaks until the World Cup, so that's a good thing. Plus the Final Four, MLB's back, NHL's fixing to hit the playoffs, NBA. What better time could we ask for?
Couldn't ask for a better time. By the way, Chuck, did you see yesterday word came out that Ronaldo and Messi charge around $3 million for an Instagram post. And I think it was Legos. You guys see this? Legos bought an Instagram post. I think it's Legos. We'll have to look that up. I wish Dirt Sheet Dan was here. One of the companies actually bought a post from both guys. Can you imagine one post, $3 million? Chuck, would you pay that?
Hopefully they get I don't know if I'd pay that. Hopefully they get their money back on that. But I know it was a couple of million a few years ago. So it looks like everything has went up. A little inflation with Messi and Ronaldo.
Oh. And by the way, we're looking at some of those video games, some of those IG posts looking to expand here at the brand. But in the here and the now, we know Chuck's not going to go for 4 or 5 minutes. He's got his own little section. So I'm looking at two of you, and I have one very... Mikey, what are we doing? Soupy, well done. Best bet, start us off. No poo-poo face, go.
I'm going all diamond today. I'm starting with Giancarlo Stanton, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. He's gotten 2 hits in each of his 5 games this season. He's on a great run right now. He's going against Yuri Perez of the Marlins. He's 2 for 4 with a double against him. I think he stays hot opening day at Yankee Stadium. And I'm going to go Dylan Cease. 8+ strikeouts, -111. Solid 26% strikeout rate against the White Sox. Last start, he struck out 12 Athletic batters. The Athletics, they only have 1 more strikeout this season than the White Sox, so I think it's another dominant K day for Cease. And then Phillies, Rockies, over 10 runs. It's in Denver. Aaron Nola, the Rockies lineup is hitting 293 against him. Michael Lorenzen for the Rockies. The Phillies are hitting 333 against him. I think we're going to see a lot of runs in the Mile High.
Mikey, would you like to tell young Soupy what happens when you play in the second week of the season a pitcher to have 8+ strikeouts?
No, I would rather you do what you did to me and throw that challenge flag.
Coach's challenge! What are we doing, Soupy? 8+
I had a
strikeouts?
feeling.
You have a feeling?
I had a feeling because I did watch the show this week and you challenged Mikey on that. But in Cease's last start, he went 7 innings, struck out 12 against the Athletics. I think he could have another strong start this week against a terrible White Sox.
He did that opening day?
Yep.
Opening day?
Yep.
Which means then in his second outing, he'll do what?
He'll probably go another 7 innings and strike
he'll
out
go
at least
less.
10.
They're monitoring innings. That's all right. Coach's flag, I'm throwing it. We're working on the sounder. We're working on the video because I hate being right all the time, except for my 3 picks yesterday. But anyway, I digress. 8+ strikeouts? Educated. It's okay, Soupy. You and Mikey can call each other and talk about it. All right, Soupy, good start. All right, my man Raphael, not even on the show today, but he says, hey, yesterday's playing the over in the women's Final Four tonight, so that number stays the same. All right, Mikey, coming to you. What do you got?
I've got 4 plays today, Coach, because, I have to bounce back, and I have to go into the weekend on a winning note. And you know what? Happy MLB debut day. Welcome to the show, Connor Griffin. I'm going to start there. The number 1 prospect in baseball, 19 years old, called up by the Pirates, will make his first start today. So what am I doing? A little 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. He is already, trust and believe, the best hitter in that Pirates lineup today, and he hasn't even swung the bat at the professional level yet. I'm also taking the Cubs on the money line at Cleveland against the Guardians. Shota Imanaga is on the mound. He's a very decent pitcher. He's a hell of a lot better on the road. Wrigley Field is where he absolutely implodes. I think he bounced back. Cubs on the money line. And then I'm going to another young shortstop in Major League Baseball, Kevin McGonigal. We're going 2+ total bases for him. Now, Coach, I originally was going to do hits, runs, and RBIs, but sometimes it pays to do the research. This is plus money. Everything else was very chalky for hits, runs, and RBIs. So we're going 2 or more total bases. And then in the UFC, give me Tabitha Ricci on the money line in the co-main event of UFC. I believe it's Apex this weekend.
All right, spending that $7 billion wisely there at the Apex. All right, thank you, Mikey P. I'm going to make my very, very, very quick because we're coming up on time. Pacers, Hornets, just 3 out of the last 4, 271, 253, 267. The Pacers have checked out on the defensive end. Then 2 round 2 matchups today. Tommy Fleetwood, he shot a -5 yesterday over Maverick McNeely. And Tony Finau, also a great start. He's motivated. Masters next week. I absolutely love these 3 plays and a coach's challenge on Soupy. All right, the leagues are back. So is Footy Friday. All right, Big Chuck, there is your very own screen. We have Saturday. Is this all Saturday?
Yeah, a little Saturday action. Going to keep it simple for you.
I like it. All right, let's start with Bundesliga.
You know he had to have the Germans, Stuttgart, Dortmund, and with the Reds, they're averaging 0.9 first-half goals on the season. Dortmund, they score average of 1 first-half goal, makes for the perfect recipe of the first half over 1.25. That way, if there's only 1 goal, you get half your stake back. And I like Stuttgart in this spot for them to get a first-half goal. Stuttgart first-half team total over half a goal. England FA Cup, no EPL, no problem. Chelsea, Port Vale from the 3rd division, you know what that means. A blowout spot. We like to get in and get out. The first half over 1.75 goals. I think we can see as many as 3 in the first half. And then MLS Goldmine, San Jose, San Diego. I like the Quakes to start early. San Jose first half team total over half a goal. They're averaging 1 first-half goal to start the new season, and the over 3 as San Diego away matches average 3.5 total goals.
Look at you ripping through those. Is the MLS, by the way, on the new schedule? Aren't they changing to the same schedule as the international teams?
So I remember we spoke about that. I don't know if it's based off of them going on a pause for the World Cup because they're normally during the summer, and then they're going to resume at that point. I think that's on the line that they have in order.
Man, I can't wait for the World Cup, man. I'm already trying to brainstorm of what we can do on the daily. 48 teams. Is that going to send your handicapping into overload?
No, that's just perfect. It fills in the gap. And we already have one little future, a little stay on your toes. Look out for Norway, plus 2,500.
Oh, look out for Norway. All right, Chuck, well done. Love having Footy Friday back. All right, we do have a minute or so left. And unfortunately, and I need to see everybody, we're having Soupy. Something has just come to my attention that I was unaware of prior to your appearance on the show today. Producer man. What is this, Soupy? What is that?
What? But that's me. I could see.
Yeah. What's that thing like below your chin?
That is my beard.
No. The other thing.
My hoodie. My hoodie. Penguin's hoodie.
Yeah, your hoodie.
Yeah.
You have a hoodie for your microphone?
Oh, what's on my microphone?
What's on that? Yes.
I didn't even notice. But you did, and that's the reason why it's getting attention, and that's the reason why you do it. Lesson 1.
No, I'm asking for an answer. What is it?
Oh, what it is? Oh, it's a kitty. It's a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat attached to a pen. I can go get it. I could have it here for the rest of the show if you want.
I would love to see the kitty cat attached to a pin. So we're going to break here in about 30 seconds. I would love for you to go get it at the break. Yes, let's do that. What are we doing? Still to come here on the show, we got front page news. Have you ever heard of a player oversleeping for a night game or late after? Doesn't matter. Oversleeping. And also, the Final Four with the women start tonight, the men tomorrow. We look at the odds because you can do it in a lot of different ways. You can even parlay the winners. What will my guys say they would parlay as winning on Sunday and Monday? Just getting started with Kitty Cats, apparently. This is Coach and Company live on Stadium. All right, while Soupy goes and gets his kitty cat, and I thought you were going to go get your kitty cat. Oh, my God.
Or we could do Harry Potter.
I was going to talk Kirk Cousins, but this seems way better than that. No, I'll go to Kirk Cousins. Guys, yesterday, and this is where the NFL, you can't just read the headlines because, Mikey, what was it, 5 years, $172 million, which essentially it's a 1 year, around $20 million or so. It's how they position it. But there are some numbers out there about how brilliant Kirk Cousins has been over the years, yes?
Yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer all business team for Kirk Cousins. 99% of his contracts throughout his career, I believe the number is 329 million of 331 million, have all been fully guaranteed. And Coach, I don't have to tell you, you've been in the business. When you talk to NFL players, there are two most important words to them in their contract: fully guaranteed. It's not the end all number. It's not the be all number. Fully guaranteed.
Soupy, what do you make of Kirk Cousins and another? Well, I mean, if Mendoza's the way that I think Mendoza's going to go, I think Kirk could earn a lot of this because I think he's going to be there for 3 or 4 years.
I think that Fernando Mendoza shouldn't even touch the field for the first year, but that's another topic. Kirk Cousins, you got to blame this on the Washington Commanders that might have been the Washington football team or whatever it were, because they gave him that first contract that was fully guaranteed. And as your career goes on, are you going to take less? Are you going to take anything less than that? No, you're not. You're going to want everything fully guaranteed. So Washington, it's all their fault. Dan Snyder, it's all your fault.
I agree with you, Soupy. And anybody that watches this show or even hears my voice out in the NFL universe knows how I feel about Fernando Mendoza. You're all wrong. Soupy finally coming to my side. You're all wrong. This kid is not a NFL quarterback. He's going to be a great backup. Going to have a great career. Chase Daniels, call him. Chase Daniels, call him. All right, we got a little front page news now. All right, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. We're live on the Stadium Network. If you're in our chat on our YouTube channel and you're interactive and you want to be a part of our Coach and Brolette wheel at the end of the show, put hashtag Coach Sucks in the chat. We'll add you to the wheel. But you got to be watching live in order to win any T-shirt from our merch store, no strings attached. Now, Raphael and Big Chuck, they will be in the chat. Any questions for them, they'll answer them for you in real time. Now, I can't even believe the sidetrackedness that I've had to deal with this morning. A kitty cat on a pin, and now can I please see my guys, producer man, before I get into all the topics that I worked so hard to find, did all my research, and then I got to deal with nonsense. Mikey, earlier this week, how did you pronounce Paul Skeen's girlfriend on the show?
I think my microphone was messed up at the time.
No. Answer the question.
I said Livy Dune.
Livy Dune, one of the most famous women in all of America.
Never heard of her.
100 million followers. A new spot without any acting experience whatsoever on the Baywatch reboot. And you call her Livy Dune? Well, apparently, a lot of people were watching the show that particular day. And we have one man who feels like he wants to be a TikTok superstar. We've already seen the kitty cat on a pen, but then he's trolling this. Soupy, your thoughts in taking time out of your day, out of changing diapers, to troll Mikey P?
I got my graphic designer on, and I drew up a picture of Livy Dunn in a dune.
Livy Dunn in a dune. Mikey, I would normally say, hey, it's great content for us, but I'm a little bit worried you don't know who Livy Dunn is.
Yeah, she's like Paul Skeen's girl or whatever.
She's way more than that. Way more than that.
She's in that movie Watch Bay.
Oh, my God, your jokes are so bad. So bad. The only thing worse than some of his jokes, Soupy, are you falling asleep at his jokes, is that sometimes he'll like tell a whole story with the punchline, and that's even worse than just the one-liners.
Yeah. It's worse when you hear the whole story and then the punchline. It just makes no sense.
Yeah. If anybody would know, it would be you. All right. Front page news, topic number 1. And this one, it could be devastating not just for the Lakers, but for the NBA playoffs as a whole, because Luka's become arguably the most exciting player behind Wemby in the league, averaging over 34 points a game, but last night devastating. Tweaks his hammy in the first half, goes down in the second half, and now he must have an MRI to see what his status is. Mikey, I'm going to start with you, because normally a hamstring, we saw what happened with Steph Curry. These are injuries that don't heal quickly. There's an Achilles and there's a hamstring that I would not want as a basketball player. Your take?
Yeah, my biggest question here is I'm getting a little PTSD here, Coach, because Derrick Rose famously tore his ACL when his Bulls were up big. The Lakers were down big last night. JJ Redick, I don't care if he was cleared. You were down by 30 points. Let your star rest. Now you've just put the rest of your season into balance, your playoff hopes into balance. And quite honestly, ineptness at the head coaching spot, I'm not saying JJ Redick will get fired for this, but there will be a lot of questions about his position as head coach. It's awful for the Lakers.
They gave up 82, and I hear you a little bit, but it was the third quarter, and it wasn't, I mean, yeah, they were down 30. We've seen 30-point comebacks before, but you're right, he did tweak it, but it was 82-51 at halftime. 133 in the first half if you bet the total and the over. Soupy, what do you make of, I guess I'll switch it to JJ playing Luka after he tweaked it down 30?
I don't think if it happened in the third quarter, you're not going to sit him the whole second half. So I think it could have been a situation where you were still down 30 in the fourth. You sit him in the fourth quarter. You're not going to sit him the entire second half. You still want to get him those reps in. This is a devastating injury, though, for the Lakers. Who are you going to depend on now? DeAndre Ayton? LeBron James is 41. He can't play like he used to. I think if Luka doesn't play or if he's limited, especially in the first round of the playoffs, I think it could be an early exit for him.
I think it can be too. No doubt about it. Because right now, 3-6. I would not want to. I think it's Houston, isn't it? Who's 6 right now? 6 right now in the West. Minnesota. I don't want to play Minnesota with a healthy Ant and no Luka. No, thank you. By the way, my man Carl in the chat says, "Hey, Coach, Livy Dunn is not as big as you are portraying her to be." So I just had our intern go and look. My bad. She doesn't have 100 million. Only north of 20 million followers across her. My fault. My fault. Now, these have not been the greatest days for two of the greatest golfers of all time. We know Tiger Woods had his accident last week. He has now gotten permission from the judge to leave the United States for his treatment. So he will be out of the Masters next week. Now, Phil Mickelson has announced that he will also be missing the Masters due to a personal health issue, and he's going to miss a significant period of time. Nobody knows what it is. He hasn't played on LIV for several weeks as well. So this will be the first time, Mikey P, since 1994 that either Tiger or Phil would not be in the Masters field. Is this an official kind of moving on from these two legends?
Absolutely, in my opinion. And it's I can't say welcome Scottie Scheffler, right? He's the number one golfer in the world. We've all seen him. We've all heard of him. But if you haven't, and the Masters is one of the very few times that you actually do sit back and watch golf, enjoy Scottie, and you're welcome, America.
He's great. He's already won the Masters twice, Soupy. He's going to be an overwhelming big favorite. Do not bet him. I'm telling you this right now. Little hashtag stay on it. Don't bet Scottie Scheffler. Because if you win, you're playing like 3-1. But what do you make of no Tiger, no Phil, first time in 32 years?
Yeah, it's definitely an end of an era, but really, how significant have those two golfers been in the last 10 years? Phil Mickelson, when's he really been in contention in those majors? He's now playing in the LIV. He gets to play in the majors. But there's so many superstars now in golf. We just said Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy. Would love to see him win that second jacket after winning his first one last year. So I think there's a lot more exciting storylines rather than just Mick and Tiger not playing.
Yeah, I would say I agree with that take. Tiger did win in 2019. It was possibly the greatest victory ever at the Masters. And whenever Tiger plays, regardless, the sports books love it because idiots like me will bet on him to do something when, let's be honest, physically he just can't do it anymore. So I don't know that he would have played anyway, but I think it's a much bigger deal for Tiger to miss than for Phil to miss. Topic number 3. This is the first time I've ever heard of this, and it happened to my team. So we played the Royals yesterday because the Twins absolutely suck. But the Twins beat the Royals. I'm not saying it's this guy's fault, but maybe it's this guy's fault. The catcher, Mikey P. Carter Jensen is his name. He overslept and missed his start, did go in for late game purposes in the 9th inning. He owned it, took it on the chin, said, hey, my bad, I did not wake up to my alarm. A lot of athletes love the late morning, afternoon nap, but you better have 2 alarms moving forward, Mr. Jensen. Your take.
Yeah, and this sucks because Carter Jensen is probably the Royals' best young player, not named Bobby Witt or Jack Caglione. But what really stood out to me, Coach, was after the game, Vinny Pasquantino, essentially the Royals captain, said, well, we have a 37-year-old catcher who's preparing and his world gets rocked. Okay, calm down. He's played catcher his entire life. He goes, and then you're just worried about what's happened to Carter and we're calling his parents. He's sleeping, Vinny. Take your
Yeah, but Mike, I got to stop you right there. We've seen this not end up well.
I know.
We've seen it not end up well, so I can't let you go down that road. Because if he doesn't show up, you are worried. You are worried. Now, once he gets there, you tease him a little bit. Well, but if you guys didn't show up, I would be worried. I would. Soupy, what's your take?
I don't get how you can sleep through an alarm. When my alarm goes off, I'm startled. I'm scared sometimes. I don't know, unless he took like 5 melatonin before this nap, I don't know how you can't wake up to an alarm.
Well, I've never been able to take it. I tried when I played hoops. I tried to take like that 2:00 afternoon nap. I couldn't do it. I was too hyped. I get hyped for coaching company every morning. It's freaking 5 a.m. out here. So if it was a game day, I wouldn't even be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. All right, topic number 4, going back to the Masters a little bit. Pat McAfee has kind of doubled down on the fact that every year you have to ask the Masters. Everything at the Masters is on a 1-year contract. Every TV deal, everything, because they want control over their event. It's amazing. I got to work it 2 years. There's nothing like it. But I don't see Pat McAfee's show being set up and fitting into the atmosphere of the Masters. But Mikey, Jason Kelce got hired to be the sideline reporter for the Par 3, which is on ESPN, next Wednesday. Does either one of those surprise you?
The Pat McAfee one really doesn't. And honestly, for the future brother-in-law of Taylor Swift, I guess it doesn't really surprise me either, because I feel like Jason only gets super hyped if he's around Travis or at an Eagles game. So I think he can play the part a little bit easier than Pat McAfee can.
Also just nominated for a Sports Emmy. He's going to win it. Soupy, I got 20 seconds for you.
The Par 3 is more like the dress down, the casual event of the Masters. So I think it's understandable to have Jason Kelce. And yeah, the Masters, they're very stuffy, very traditional. I understand why they're not going to bring someone like Pat McAfee. As prestigious as they are, they still kind of live in the past.
I wonder, and by the way, Masters people, that was the opinion of Soupy. Let me be very clear on that. Kelce better not be in a Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned halfway down. That's all I'm saying. All right, it is Final Four weekend for the ladies and for the men. When we come back here on Coaching Company, we're talking who's going to win. We're talking odds. We're talking matchups. We're talking potential parlays. We'll do all that next. We're only halfway home. This is Coaching Company live on the Stadium Network. Come on back. All right, welcome back, everybody. You want to know why I love certain superstars in this world and Logan Paul? Here's a little video, his own vlog, and you judge for yourself.
Another day in the life of WWE's most humble champion. Woke up like The Undertaker. First things first, pressed myself in the mirror so hard that my wife had to calm me down with her soft lips. Little trip to the coffee shop, iced oat milk latte always. I travel for work every Monday, and Nina's a professional mom now. She's actually the best, and even helped me practice some moves for my title match tonight. Right to work, sat down with this dude who needs a haircut and whatever the hell this Pikachu gimmick is. Mad awkward interview. All these fans outside MSG to see me. Ha! Too bad I'm busy. Had to bless Steph McMahon with my presence. She had me on my bad side at first, so I made her switch because I'm the boss around here. I don't care if her dad founded the company. My sweet mother arrived and we took a stroll through today's office until she turned on me and took me out. Oh! Then my mom met my boss and he thanked her for making such an amazing son. I Show Speed showed up. Then I saw Hulk Hogan's WrestleMania 1 boots that I bid over $1 million for at auction and still lost. My mom asked to get some makeup. I definitely don't get makeup because I don't need it. But now it's time to prep for my match, some Prime Energy 18+ to get me jacked up. Gave my mom my handy dandies in case the block gets hot, and a little bada bop boom pow, a brass handoff from my mother, and bang! Speed with the assist, shout out Speed, and bam! Introducing a new WWE World Tag Team Champions. But the night is young and my wife is proud to be married to a champion who goes straight from the sprinter to the jet. We ripped packs deep into the sky because that's what you do.
That's what you do. Incredible use of social media. By the way, our brand new hot show every single Tuesday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's called The Two Count with me and JD from New York. Episode 1, north of 20,000. All 3 weeks north of 11,000 combined. It's absolutely amazing. You guys love it. It's 10 topics. It is 2.5 minutes per topic. It's fast. It's the fastest show in all of pro wrestling. 5 seconds. Soupy, are you a Logan Paul fan?
I do. He plays well into his own part. He's a heel. He plays the heel.
He does play the heel. You okay over there? You getting a little chalky? You doing all right over there?
A little bit.
All right, it's time to talk hoops. We're back in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Coach and Company. I am the coach navigating the ship. We're only halfway home. If you're watching us live, it's 10:32 in the East, 7:32 out here in the West. Coming up in about 20 minutes, if you missed our best bets at the top of the show, we will lock it in. Also, in about 15 minutes, the very latest on the awards or lack thereof coming up in the NBA. But right now, we got to focus on the Final Four, the women and the men. The women start tonight, and it's Friday, Sunday for them, and then it is Saturday, Monday for the men. So let's talk the men first. And Raphael put out a bunch of odds, guys. So I want to focus on the exact final matchup. It'll be a way to talk about both games at the same time. So, Mikey, plus 200, Illinois, Michigan. Illinois, Arizona, plus 250. UConn, Michigan, plus 275. And the least likely is Connecticut, Arizona at plus 325. If you had to play one of the four, which one would you play?
I'm going to go with Illinois and Arizona, simply because I'm Petty Machete. I believe that I had Arkansas playing Illinois in the title game, and I know that was just a little false hope there. With Arizona dismantling Arkansas, I got to root for the team that absolutely dismantled Arkansas. So give me Illinois and Arizona.
So it has nothing to do with any metrics, any data, anything, just Petty Machete.
Yes.
I can respect that. All right, Soupy, let me come over to you. He says Illinois. You said Illinois, Arizona, right? Illinois, Arizona? Okay, so we got one for Illinois, Arizona, plus 250. Soupy, where would you go?
I'm taking the biggest odds. I'm taking UConn versus Arizona. I think Michigan is a great defense, but the way Arizona is playing, they are best. They are great on both sides of the court. And I do think for UConn, this is going to be a tough matchup against Illinois. Illinois is very big. They're very physical. Terrace Reed, I don't think he's going to be able to move in the paint as easily as he has in the previous games in the tournament, but I do think UConn comes out on top.
Are you guys factoring in, because, you know, I harp on it over and over and over again, that games that are in big stadiums, domes, I hate them. I once covered first or second round in the Superdome. It was embarrassing to watch these kids try to shoot it into oblivion. this is also a big dome in Indianapolis. So, Mikey, does that factor in maybe playing a total under instead of all of these high-scoring games that we've had up until this point?
Yeah, I would definitely take that into consideration. And the other thing, for the way Illinois plays, they're so big down in the paint, and they've got a lot of that European flavor on their roster. So, yes, they can chuck up threes, but I think they'll do a lot of their work in the paint against UConn. So I may look under in that game.
And that's kind of where I was going. So be that a lot of people, even though Illinois is the lowest seed left, a lot of people like them more because they play inside out. Yes?
That's why this is going to be probably UConn's toughest opponent in this tournament. Yes, even against Duke, who went on that early lead, because Terrace Reed has gathered this team. He has carried this team throughout the tournament. This is going to be his toughest matchup throughout the tournament, and I think he's not going to have the performances that he has had throughout. So I think, unfortunately, it's going to more to be on the outside shooting to help UConn.
Okay, I'm going to go with UConn and Michigan. Michigan scored over 90 in every one of their games so far in the NCAA tournament. So that then leads into our next question, the exact final outcome. So, Mikey, let's stick with yours, Illinois and Arizona. So, if Illinois beats Arizona, it's plus 900. If Arizona beats Illinois, it's plus 400. Which one would you go with?
Got my Illinois card right here, Coach. I'm going with the Illini to win it all. Listen, I can make every comment about how they play, but the fact that they do have so many European players, these guys were playing in these high-level games, championship-level games in Europe at an early age. So coming over to the college atmosphere is not going to rattle them. So I'm going to take the veteran experience that Illinois has in this one.
Very interesting. So you have them beating UConn and Arizona. All right. Chest out, shoulders back. Soupy, you had UConn and Arizona. So Arizona beating UConn plus 475, or UConn beating Arizona a robust 1250. Talk to me.
Give me the Huskies. And this isn't a homer call, right? When the Huskies recently have gone on their championship runs, they've always had that one guy. Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier, Adama Sanogo a couple years ago, and right now it is Terrace Reed. He has been so dominant in the paint. 30 points twice in this tournament. A 30 and 10 rebounds twice in this tournament. He's the guy that is carrying them, and I think he could carry him to the national championship.
So I got distracted by you screaming twice at me twice. So what was your pick again?
I'm taking UConn to beat Arizona.
Wow. So regardless of what I think, this is worth a sprinkle because UConn's a very, very, very live team to win this whole thing because of their history, and they have real experience. Their best player is a senior. He's been there before. They won in 23 and 24, just not in 25. So, Supi, I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. So I have UConn and Michigan. I clearly think Michigan is going to win the national championship. So Michigan to beat UConn is plus 400. So I got to go. I call it the Scotty Scheffler pick. So plus 400, a little chalky. So let's bring the ladies into this. Tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, South Carolina and UConn. These are all number one seeds. The women's game has an issue. They just do. They don't want to admit it. Gino will tell you they have an issue. They've tried everything. And they got so much heat, Mikey, for where they put teams. You had the Syracuse coach. We played it here on the show. Bitching and moaning. We got to play against UConn every single year. Well, guess what? Otherwise, if you go to Seattle or you go to Oregon, you have no fans there. That's how it works. So you can parlay your national champion on both sides. Look at producer man. So, Mikey P, who did you have again winning the men? Illinois, right?
Illinois.
All right, so let's focus on Illinois for a second. So Illinois has 4 different parlays. Illinois and UConn, women plus 650. Texas plus 3,400. UCLA plus 3,500. And South Carolina, who UConn plays tonight in game 1, is plus 4,000 to parlay the winners together. Where would you go?
I'm going to get on Subi's Kiss Up Mountain here. I'm taking Illinois and UConn. Listen, when Gino says if UConn wins the whole thing, Ozzie Fudd is going to be, and I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong, but if they win, she's going to be one of the greatest ever. You've bought me in. Women's college basketball needs superstars at every single level, and if this is what this young lady is, I'm all in. UConn winning it all.
How disrespectful from G. He had Diana Taurasi. Greatest of all time. I mean, Soupy, you've had probably 4 players better than her, in my opinion.
I can name probably 6.
Okay. Easy, Gino. Easy. Oh, I did like his rant about the positioning of games. And, they had some of their shoot-arounds, guys, at like 6 a.m. 6 a.m. shoot-around. What are we doing? It's like all of these committees are made up of like the dumbest smart people in the history of sport. All right, Soupy, you had UConn winning it. Your odds are pretty good across the board here. So UConn men and women sweeping plus 900. You can see UConn. Producer man, can I see that full screen? Because my printout cut off because I'm an idiot. Or my printer sucks. Either one. UConn, Texas, plus 4,500. And then it goes down from there. So I think that's probably the only 2 that we're going to need. Where would you go?
Raphael personally sent me this one a couple of days ago. Going UConn plus 900. No. Wait, has this ever happened before where the 2 of the same program have won in the same year?
Come on.
Yes, it has. And who have done it? It's UConn. UConn has done it in 2004 and 2014. In the women's tournament, it's just everybody living under UConn. And I don't even think AZ Fudd is the best player on this team right now. It's Sarah Strong, the player of the year in women's basketball, I believe. I think she's gonna go down as one of the best UConn players in history. This team is good. It's a well-oiled machine. They dominated South Carolina when they played in the regular season last year. I think they could beat any of these teams.
Man, it sucks that my parlay is going to cash, and it's such a low number. This is the problem, and I know UConn fans like you, Soupy, don't see any issues with what's going on, but we're going on 30 years of this stuff. We're going on 30 years of 2 or 3 good teams, UConn, Tennessee, South Carolina, and then a 4th team. You don't see any issues with this, Soupy?
No, I just love going to parades.
Mikey, do you see an issue? I don't know how you fix it because you can't say, well, you can only get 3 5-stars. You can't do that. But this is, I hate using the word B, but boring is what it is every single year. You don't have any big upsets. These are 4 number 1 seeds. It's this way every single year.
Yeah, if it was every couple of years, I'd be okay with it. But every single year, it's boring. It's tiresome. There is no real fix. You go out and say, recruit better. Well, we're always getting our rear ends handed to us by the time we hit the Sweet 16. So what do you want us to do?
I know. And then if you talk to these women, these young girls, they're sitting at home going, okay, do I try to change the game and be the outlier and go to LaSalle? Or even like a lower tier D1, like a top 10 team instead of a top 3 team? Yep, Soupy.
And I think that's going to start to happen thanks to this new CBA with the WNBA. They're now going to start getting paid a lot more money. Now, as women, you can show yourself off for a couple of years, potentially get that number 1 pick, and you can start to make 6 figures right away in the WNBA. So I think we are going to start to see that.
So you think the WNBA is going to affect where girls go in college?
I think now because they want to show off their personal skills, and that'll get them a top pick, which is going to start getting them more money now.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Coming up on the other side, we have issues for the first time with these awards in the NBA. Is it fair? The Players Union doesn't seem to think so. We'll discuss on the other side. Plus, it's time to lock in our best bets for the weekend and for Footy Friday. This is Coachman Company live on the Stadium Network. All right, I'm all for a great April Fool's prank. But Mikey P, what did the Wizards do recently that they had to apologize for?
Well, with all 300 people in the stands on April Fool's Day a few days ago, they had a fan come down, they blindfolded him, and they said, if you hit this half court shot, you're going to win $10,000. And he clearly missed it. And the worst part of this whole joke, and take it from a bad joke teller, they said, oh, you missed it. We're going to give you courtside seats and autographed memorabilia. Great. None of it has value in the Wizards game. They came out yesterday and they said it was all a prank. We shouldn't have played this by our fans. He wasn't a fan. He was like an employee, and it's our bad for making it look this bad.
So let me get this straight. So once they told him it was a prank, then they offered him the seats?
Yeah, but he's like a Wizards employee. He's not even a fan. So that's what they're apologizing for. They duped everybody, including duping him.
So, okay. So, but once they do, I guess the part I'm confused on is once they duped him, they still made it seem like it was a real thing by offering him a consolation prize since he missed.
Yeah, they played it all up on game night.
Yes.
And then came in, apologized the next day because he wasn't actually a fan. He was just an employee who was in on the whole thing to begin with.
Okay, that's the part that you didn't tell me. He was in on the whole thing because you just said they duped everybody, including him, is what you said. All right, so they duped everybody. It was all big joke on everybody else but them. They were never going to get – okay. Soupy, 15 seconds. Sorry, I was just very confused on that one. Is this funny? Is it innocent? Is it anything?
It's like 99% of the April Fool's jokes. It's ridiculously stupid. As much as I love a good prank, I think April Fool's, I think everybody thinks they're a prankster when it's just stupid.
Big Chuck, got 10 seconds for you.
Yeah, you got people talking. Wizards don't have much to be excited about now. I guess they can go with their April Fool's Day.
That is true. That is true. It's got us talking. Got us all confused up in this bitch. All right. I want to end this week with a winning day. I really, really do. All right. We're back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, we wondered if this was going to be an issue. Welcome back to Coaching. Coming in, everybody. In about 5 minutes, we will lock in our best bets for the day. But Big Chuck, I want to start with you because a couple of years ago, they thought it was the fix to keep players from sitting out, resting, load management, all of it. It hasn't really done that. And now the 65-game rule is coming into effect for the biggest prize, the MVP. Cade Cunningham, out. Anthony Edwards, out. If Luka misses one more, which he will because of the hamstring, out. Big Chuck, do you think this rule will continue?
Absolutely. They installed it to combat the load management, and it seems to be working. We're getting more games than normal. 65, well, I would probably tick it up a few more, but it seems to be working. We're getting the maximum out of their superstar players. That way the fans are coming in, not missing out on the heavy expenses they pay for to watch these superstars.
Could not agree more, Big Chuck. This is from a person who believes in family, believes in taking your kids to games. There's nothing worse than buying a ticket for the Warriors and the Lakers, and LeBron and Steph Curry simply do not play because they're, oh, my ankle, oh, I'm sore. Mikey P. But when you have three of the biggest names in the entire league missing out on the league's biggest award, and then say Wemby wins and they go, oh, but there's an asterisk, and then it causes another discussion. Your take?
Yeah, I'm very happy we're talking about this today because I want to stand on some business. The betting odds favorite is SGA, and he should not win it. SGA, what this would be is a celebration of him breaking Will Chamberlain's record. What we're not doing is looking at what Victor Wembanyama has done to inject new life into the San Antonio Spurs franchise. He should be the MVP. We've been there, done that with SGA, and he hasn't taken his game to another level. Wemby has.
It's one way of looking at it. You're tired of it because you're kind of fatigued with SGA, and you want the new blood with Wemby. I don't hate the take. Soupy, based off of what you just heard, what is your take?
I've honestly been conflicted about this. Yeah, I want to see my superstars get the awards, even if they don't meet that threshold, but I want them to play. Because despite what you all think, I think these leagues should be fan first. That's why you want your superstars in the game, because you want the experience for the fans. Those are the ones that are paying your salary. So I enjoy this 65 game threshold. And Charles said that it should go up a little higher. I agree with him too. I think it could be 70.
Yeah, go talk to Michael Jordan one time. Go talk to him one time. He had to fight for them not to take him out of the game. That's how great he was. I don't know how old you are, Soupy. I know me and Chuck are good. But anybody that was old enough in the 90s to watch Michael, he was Tiger every single game. You didn't have to worry about on a Monday night when it was Bulls-Pacers if Michael was in the game. Oh, no. Best entrance ever, by the way. Home games from North Carolina. Love it. All right, we got two things left. Hashtag Coach Sucks to get on the roulette wheel. But in the meantime, let's go. Let's lock it in. All righty, 10 seconds or less. Just one or two nuggets is all that I need. Raphael's on Texas, UCLA. That's the women's game, number 2 tonight. But, Soupy, let's come over to you. Go.
Giancarlo Stanton, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. He's already covered the hit part in each game of this season, going against Yuri Perez, who he's 2 for 4 against. Phillies, Rockies, over 10. It's in the Mile High Stadium. Phillies, they're still a great offense. Rockies, actually been hitting pretty well. I think we're going to see a lot of runs. Dylan Cease, 8+ strikeouts. He has already done that this season. 12 strikeouts against the Athletics, who only have 1 more total strikeouts this season than his opponent tonight. And it's a revenge game. He's going against his former team, the White Sox.
Apparently, timing means nothing to Soupy. Mikey, could you keep us going, please?
Give me the Cubs on the money line against the Cleveland Guardians on the road. Happy MLB debut to Connor Griffin. We are taking him 2 hits, RBIs, and runs combined at plus 105. 2 or more total bases for Kevin McGonigal, the shortstop for the Detroit Tigers, at plus 120. And then give me UFC this weekend, Tabitha Ricci on the money line.
All right, we'll be doing our best bets show later today. I have no clue if that pick, but I know last week, Mikey, you got over on our best bet show. You did that. All right, for me, I've got 3 plays today. Pacers, Hornets, over 235.5. The Pacers are an absolute over team. 271 in their last game. Then 2 plays in round 2, afternoon tee times. Tommy Fleetwood, minus 140 over Maverick McNeely. He shot an opening 67. And Tony Finau, also a great start, minus 118 today over Davis Thompson. All right, Big Chuck, 5 plays from Footy Friday. Let's go.
Get you in, get you out. In the Bundesliga, Stuttgart, Dortmund, the first half over 1.25 with both teams averaging 1 goal. First half goal, I like this one a lot in. Stuttgart, first half team total over a half a goal. I like them in this match. No EPL, no problem. England FA Cup, Chelsea, Port Vale, the ultimate blowout spot. First half over 1.75. We can see as many as 3 first half goals. Then the MLS gold mine, San Jose, San Diego. I like the Quakes in this spot. San Jose first half team total over half a goal. And then the over 3 San Diego away matches average 3.5 total goals.
And I love that you call that the gold mine. MLS is so much fun to watch. If you guys aren't watching it, get Apple Plus. I don't even think it's behind the paywall anymore. I think it's
No.
I think
Comes
you
with
can
your subscription.
Yeah, it's with your subscription now, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, guys. So we always try to give back here at the brand whenever possible. And yesterday I absolutely sucked. So today we're giving back courtesy of me. So all hour long, hashtag Coach Sucks in our YouTube chat. So producer man, if you don't mind, can I please see the Coach and Brolette wheel? And everybody thinks there's a catch to this when we do it, and it's not. Ask anybody on Coach and Bro. Ask anybody on 2 Count whenever we do this. It is simple. You got to email us, and it's as simple as that. So I think he's probably getting it done. Might be frozen. Might have to do it Monday. All right. Yes, Chuck.
I was crossing our fingers for Monday, too.
Oh, me too. I put so much on producer man all the time that I feel guilty, and I know he's cursing me behind the scenes. Yeah, he's efforting right now because we don't want to leave anybody off. I think the cutoff is going to have to be like 45. All right, here we go. All right, so this is we tweak it a little bit here on the show. All right, so here are everybody that in the chat put hashtag Raphael's on there. Gee, many Christmas. All right, here we go. Producer man, without further ado, spin that wheel. Let's go. It's only like 4 or 5. This is one of the best wins you could ever have. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. Don't know. The other day we had about 25 people on this wheel on our Coach and Bro show. It was insane. It better not be Raphael. JC1. All right, JC1. You know we have a ton of new merch. You can pick out any T-shirt that you want. The email is about to go up on your screen right about now. You email us. Producer man will email you back, or somebody will, and they'll take care of business. Think, oh, man. Oh, he has it already because he's already won. He has it already. All right, gentlemen. Have a great weekend. Well done today. Let's go get it. All right, producer man, give me that one shot. It is now time for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward. Be kind to one another. Whether you're playing Footy Friday on Saturday or playing tonight with the Final Four with Raphael, or playing the Valero Texas Open with your boy, or playing baseball with Soupy or Mikey P, all of it. Have a good time and understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe y'all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire team, Limbo, Mikey P, Soupy, Big Chuck, Raphael, producer man behind the scenes, always making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach trying to get this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day. Don't miss Coach and Bro. Don't miss the 2 count. Don't miss the last word. And this Coaching Company live, as always, right here on Stadium. Have a great weekend.